History of English literature. Let's begin with Roman Empire. For /8/2022. Roman Empire. Roman Empire was one of the great empire in its time. It was spreading with the passage of time, and it was getting bigger by occupying new places. They had made groups of soldiers, and were sending them to different directions, in order to find out new places. One group of soldiers crossed the Atlantic Ocean, and they saw such a beautiful landscape with cultivated food, such as barley, maize, wild fruits, etc. And inhabitants were known Celts. Celts were humble and peaceful. When Roman Empire's soldiers entered the Celts area, they welcomed them, although they were well armed. Why Celts welcomed them, instead of obstruction? Celts had been in trouble from some people, who were cruel and barbarians. They were living in forest, which was near to Celts area. Consequently, they usually attack on Celts, destroying their farms, killing their children, etc. They were in fear from those cruel people, and they wanted to get rid of from them. Thus, they welcomed to Roman soldiers, in order to save them from those forest people. When Roman soldiers saw them being humble and peaceful, they surprised. Hence, they sent letter to Roman's Empire king, Julius Caesar, and wrote everything about Celts. How courteous are they? Then, Roman Empire gave name to Celts area Brighton, and they made castles, roads, and much more things advanced of that time. Military sent over there, for teaching. Some educated people came to Brighton, Celts, from Roman Empire. After all, they made it province of Roman Empire. When the Roman Empire began to fall, they recalled their military, in order to save Roman Empire. Celts again exposed to attacks, because they were unable to protect themselves from those forest, cruel people. Thus some people of Celts were looking for such a people, who could save them from those cruel people. Hence some of Celts' ambassadors reached German, and they met Germanic tribes, which were Angles, Saxons, Jutes, and Frisians. Germanic tribes. Some Celts met with Germanic tribes, and invited them to Brighton, Celts area, for the reason to save them from those barbarians. People. Germanic tribes were strong and powerful. When Germanic tribes came to Brighton, they amazed by seeing a beautiful and developed place. And they settled around Brighton. After some time, Germanic tribes started fighting against Celts, and occupied all resources from them. Some Celts were killed, and some escaped towards forests. Thus, those Germanic tribes occupied Brighton. After that, Germanic tribes permanently settled there. Each tribe had different culture and language. When those different languages and cultures mixed, a new language came into being, which were known Anglo-lisc. Later, it became English. Among these tribes, Angles were strong and powerful. Therefore, the land was called Angloland, after it became England. Consequently, England literature began.